Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Zach Miller. I'm the Vice President of Programming and Partnerships here at Landmark Ventures, and I'm very pleased to welcome you all to today's webinar, Reimagine Nonprofit Finance, Cloud Solutions for the Next Generation. Hosted in partnership with our friends at Sage, a market leader in cloud-based financial management solutions, today's practical, actionable presentation will demonstrate how nonprofit organizations like yours can modernize their financial systems to streamline processes, strengthen oversight, and build the infrastructure needed to scale impact. After the presentation, there will be an opportunity for Q&A, where you can ask all your questions, whether broad in nature or specific to your use case. So please feel free to drop those into the Q&A function of the Zoom as we go. And now, without further ado, I am pleased to introduce Rachael Singh and Christy Weiner, two incredible executives at Sage, who are going to lead the presentation today. Over to you.
Thank you all for joining our webinar, Financial Transformation with Sage Intacct. My name is Christy Weiner, and I'm a Senior Account Executive here on the nonprofit team at Sage, and I am joined by my colleague, Rachael.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Rachael Singh, and I'm a Strategic Alliance Manager here at Sage. We're both very excited to be speaking with you today, as we're both incredibly passionate about finding ways that technology can better the nonprofit space and how your organizations can really drive the most impact by using Sage Intacct. Just a brief agenda for today. We're going to try and keep it short and sweet for you, but we will have ample time for questions at the end. We're going to first take a look at the common challenges that many nonprofits face, things like disconnected financial systems and limited visibility, and how these roadblocks can hold you back from driving your mission forward. We'll also dive into why financial transformation is so important for nonprofits and how Sage Intacct can help streamline your processes, boost transparency, and free up more time for you to focus on your mission. By the end, our hope is that you'll gain a better understanding of what financial transformation is, and we'll also be offering a business value assessment from Sage. This is an assessment that can help show you areas of improvement within your organization and help push you forward in terms of how to accelerate your organization's growth and impact in the future. If you're unfamiliar with who we are as an organization, we have a long history and deep of understanding of the needs of organizations like yours. Our customers trust our finance, HR, and payroll software to make both work and money flow. By digitizing business processes and relationships with customers, suppliers, employees, banks, and governments, our digital network connects SMBs, removing friction and delivering insights. In addition to that, we also have a vast network of experts who can provide support and services to help you succeed. Also, we really like to think we're more than just a solution. We really are a connected platform and online community where you can collaborate and continuously learn from others in your industry. In short, and as you'll see on the bottom right-hand side there from our CEO, Steve Hare, Sage exists to knock down barriers so that everyone can thrive. And that starts with the millions of small and mid-sized businesses served by us, our partners, and accountants globally.
Yes, thank you. And really, it's because of those reasons why so many nonprofits trust Sage. North American nonprofits such as the YMCA, Hope's Home, the Alzheimer's Society of Brentwood, and Ronald McDonald House, they're turning to Sage Intacct to really help address financial management challenges and further their missions. By leveraging our cloud-based technology, streamlined fund and grant management with robust reporting capabilities, these organizations, along with many, many others, are able to improve efficiency. They're making data-driven decisions and enhancing their impact within the communities that they serve. So, I'm sure many of you can relate to this. Imagine you're a finance leader at a nonprofit organization. You're in a board meeting, and the chair asks a pretty straightforward yet crucial question. How are we doing financially? What's our performance looking like? And you aim to provide a confident, clear answer, but there's a challenge. Your financial data is scattered across various systems. Some of it's in spreadsheets, some's in your accounting software, and others are buried in multiple email threads. So you begin consolidating everything, but that's a very manual process. It's manual work that's prone to error. It's time consuming, and quite frankly, it's stressful for you and your team. So you manage to compile the numbers, but the moment the board notices any discrepancy or questions the accuracy, what starts to creep in? Doubt. And that doubt can lead to the loss of donor confidence. And in fact, research actually shows that 70% of donors prefer to give to organizations that demonstrate strong financial management practices. So now you need to provide a report to a donor or a funder, but the data that you have doesn't align, or it's worse, it's missing altogether. That could have serious consequences, not only jeopardizing future funding opportunities, but also putting your organization at risk for compliance issues. According to the 2025 State of the Nonprofit Sector Report, 60% of nonprofits face compliance challenges due to inadequate financial management systems. So let's not forget about your team, right? The dedicated individuals that are driving your mission forward. Half of the nonprofit staff consider leaving due to inadequate tools and processes. High turnover means a lack of structure, which impacts your mission's effectiveness. So at this point, it's clear that staying stuck in manual, outdated processes is not just inefficient, it's unsustainable. But if we're able to provide a better way for you, a way to transform your financial operations, increase the transparency of your data, and free up time for your team to focus on what truly matters, your mission. That's what we're going to do and talk to you about today.
Thank you, Christy. And just piggybacking off of some of those statistics on the previous slide, challenges like real-time financial visibility, reliance on manual processes and spreadsheets, things like disconnected data systems, inadequate audit trails, and time-consuming tasks, these create inefficiencies that limit decision-making. They increase the complexity internally and really overall restrict your organizational growth. There is an urgency for improved financial practices within this industry as a whole. And it's clear failure to modernize could really have dire consequences for nonprofits striving to fulfill their very important missions. So when we talk about financial transformation, it sounds like a big buzzword, but what does this actually mean? This is more than just going out and clicking buy on a new software. Financial transformation really is the strategic process of updating and optimizing financial systems, processes, and your technologies to drive greater efficiency, accuracy, and insights into your organization's financial operations. Ultimately, and going back to that first slide with the introduction, it's about knocking down barriers in your organization so that everybody can thrive. This is really important, particularly in an industry as important as the nonprofit space, because you face unique financial challenges. You juggle diverse funding sources like grants and donations, and this is often paired with limited resources. So to maximize your impact, financial transformation really is key. This means modernizing practices to be more transparent, efficient, and compliant. So let's think of it like this. Transparency builds trust. Donors want to know that their money is being used wisely. Upgraded systems like Sage Intacct provide clear, real-time reporting on how we spend funds. Efficiency saves both time and money. Automation reduces manual tasks, freeing up staff to focus on what matters most to your mission. Third, we all know this, it's drilled into our brains, data-driven decisions equal better outcomes. Cloud-based solutions like Sage Intacct help you analyze data across your organization. This leads to smarter decisions about your program's effectiveness. And last, certainly not least, probably the most important on this list, is that compliance ensures credibility. Strict regulations are a reality for this industry. Modern tools help us meet those standards by building confidence with donors and regulators. In short, financial transformation empowers you to become more accountable, effective, and sustainable. It's really just about using technology to strengthen your mission and better serve your community.
So how does Sage Intacct support your mission? Sage Intacct exists to support your mission, and we do this in 4 really main key ways. The first way is we maximize efficiency in stewardship by eliminating manual processes. That's something that we hear all the time. Ronald McDonald House Charities, they improved efficiency in stewardship by switching from manual to automated financial processes. They found that as their organization grew, manual processes were really draining the productivity and making it difficult to analyze their expanding range of data. So by using Sage Intacct, they automated their tasks like accounts payable, their grant tracking and billing, and their revenue recognition. This resulted in a 60% increase in efficiency and allowed the staff to then dedicate more time to what's important, making those strategic decision-making decisions.
My name is Yan Lee. I'm with Ronald McDonald House, BC and Yukon, and I'm the VP Finance. We support families who are in critical need when their children come to the Children's Hospital, and the demand has not gone down in any way. If anything, it's increased. So our mission needs to expand. Our strategic plan is to grow our facilities and have a new house to provide for that growing need. Previous to Sage Intacct, we were using QuickBooks. One of the lessons we learned through COVID in the finance and accounting world was we were so much more reliant on IT and technology. And the legacy accounting system we had were, its deficiencies were becoming more prominent. Month-end closes were not too challenging, but it was a lot of data scrubbing and analysis on using Excel spreadsheets. The key selection criteria we had for a new solution was firstly data sovereignty. We wanted data to be stored in Canada and only in Canada. Second, well, that implies we wanted a cloud system, and also ease of use for users who are not accountants, and also a lesser need for customization. Ultimately, we landed on Sage Intacct because of 2 very big criteria: support from Sage, and as well as support from our implementer and ongoing technical support. We went live with Sage Intacct in January 2022, and so far we've already gained the benefit of having dashboards available for department managers, team leads. At their fingertips, they're able to access information relevant to them, and they no longer have to hunt down accounting for any details relevant to their needs. The Sage Intacct dimensions have been very helpful for us in segmenting various reporting requirements. We have fund accounting, where we need to segment restricted versus unrestricted funds. It's been very helpful to each department and as well for accounting for tracking of the details. So we're probably at least 30% in savings of time in that users are able to access information directly and then coming back to us with questions from there, as opposed to us having to spend time to collect the information to give it to the users. So the time savings also is very prevalent with the end user of the information.
Great. So the second point we'll tap into here is improving donor confidence with key performance indicators. We'll chronicle the YMCA on this one. So the YMCA faced challenges with their outdated accounting software, including limited visibility, poor accessibility, and time-consuming reporting processes. By implementing Sage Intacct, YMCA was able to achieve significant improvements in operational efficiency, financial visibility, and transparency. With that better financial reporting and a rock-solid audit trail, the YMCA is able to confidently demonstrate financial responsibility to donors, boards, and their wider community.
And the third way that Sage Intacct supports your mission is, this example is with Unity. So achieving real-time visibility with dashboards and reporting. Unity is a nonprofit organization supporting people with disabilities, and they were facing operational challenges, complexities, and inefficiencies with their old accounting solution. So they upgraded to Sage Intacct, which automated their processes, improved the visibility, and increased their efficiency by over 30%. This transition allowed them to then scale their operations, enhance the reporting, and better support the financial decision making.
And last but not least here, we'll talk about streamlining processes by integrating critical business applications. So Hope's Home upgraded from Sage 50 to Sage Intacct, and this was to address complex reporting needs, manual workflows, and scalability issues. This switch led to a completely paperless finance department, automated workflows, improved their reporting, enhanced remote work support with those integrations to their business applications, and enhanced operational efficiency and financial visibility, all while supporting their very important mission to care for children with complex medical needs.
As your rate of growth increases, you can't afford to wait days or even hours for someone to extract the right data and get it into the right format to let you capture the right opportunities. With Intacct, you get the right information tracked and presented in real time, so you can make the course corrections that lead to repeatable, profitable growth. Intacct uses dashboards to keep you updated day to day. Dashboards can be configured by role to give your users the information they need to quickly make decisions in their area of influence. Within a dashboard, you can see a series of performance cards that display key metrics for your business. You can drill down on performance cards to see the numbers behind the summary. Dashboards also provide reports, charts, and approvals that you can drill down on, so the moment you log in, you are up to date on what's going on in your business. You can set up dashboard elements that display external web pages, such as a login page to an integrated human resources application. If you have enabled Intacct Collaborate, you can see your message feed displayed right inside the dashboard. Intacct's Report Center gathers all your reports into one place. You don't have to go searching different modules for the reports you want. You can see memorized reports where you've preset filter options for quick use. Scheduled reports can run and be delivered on a schedule you set. From here, you can create new reports, copy and change existing reports, or simply customize existing reports. Many systems require you to engage IT or consultants to create new or customized reports. With Intacct's Report Writer, you are in control of what gets included and how a report looks. You choose what goes into the columns and rows. Create calculations where you need them. Set the hierarchy that controls details and summaries. Even control the fonts used in the report. You may have found yourself exporting QuickBooks data so that you could filter it and calculate against operational information. With Intacct's dimensional reporting, you are able to filter and break out information by a variety of business drivers. You can even report by multiple dimensions to get to the complex metrics that drive your growth. Intacct has 10 standard dimensions and the ability to add user-defined dimensions to meet your specific needs. And with Intacct's reporting capabilities, you see trends over time and can easily forecast along those trends. Intacct's robust financial and operational reporting, along with real-time dashboard metrics, let you plan and maintain your growth path with confidence.
Wonderful. So as we begin to wrap up today, and we promised we would keep it short and sweet, so we're getting to the end here. Apologies, just one slide back. not there yet. There we go. I just want to take a moment to reflect on where we are now as an industry and where we need to go. Sorry, one slide back again. There we go. The challenges facing nonprofits are clear, but the path forward is equally clear with the right tools and strategies in place. So we talked about what financial transformation means and the key areas that are needed to partake on financial transformation within your organization. Out of those key areas that are needed, Sage Intacct is a tool that provides a powerful solution to accelerate your mission by addressing key areas that will drive your organization forward. With real-time visibility, you'll have instant access to the data and insights needed to make informed decisions. Automation streamlines your processes, freeing up valuable time and resources. The ability to connect anywhere, anytime ensures that your team stays productive no matter where they are. Faster audits help you stay compliant and transparent, building trust with donors and stakeholders alike. Excuse me. And finally, Sage Intacct enables you to scale more efficiently and increase funding opportunities, giving you the flexibility to grow and thrive to further your mission. There we go.
Perfect. Thank you. So accelerating your mission with Sage Intacct, a Sage Intacct business value assessment will help you pinpoint really exactly where improvements can be made, ensuring that you can maximize the resources and align your financial operations. By unlocking new levels of efficiency and visibility, you will be able to spend less time on administrative tasks and more time on what matters most, advancing your cause and mission. So we look forward to connecting with you all to conduct your free Sage Business Assessment. I think that is a wrap. And thank you all very much for taking your time out of your day to go on this journey of financial transformation. And we hope that we can work together to help drive your mission forward. And thank you for joining, and have a great rest of your day.
Christy, I do believe we have a couple of questions in the Q&A.
Okay.
Could you outline the key differences of Sage Intacct versus Sage 50 for somebody looking to make the move from one of the products to the next?
Yeah, I would say kind of the first and foremost thing that comes to mind is Sage 50 is an older solution, whereas Intacct is kind of the more modern, fully cloud-based solution that really provides much more flexible, robust, user-friendly reporting and real-time access to your data. So I think you'll find a lot of automation going from Sage 50 to Intacct, really a lot of streamlining, probably a lot of your processes from one to the other, making the experience a much more user-friendly one.
Awesome. And then how long does a typical implementation take? And then how can we help our prospects or our clients mitigate risks or disruptions during that implementation process?
Yeah, so that's a very good question, and really one size does not fit all, and that's part of the experience that you'll have with Sage. So when you have an evaluation with an account executive here at Sage, part of that evaluation process is to bring in your implementation team. And really based on the conversations that we have and the things that we uncover about your current challenges and your needs and goals for the future and a new solution, we'll make sure to align you with an implementation team that has a lot of experience with similar type organizations. So they're providing a lot of guidance and best practice to you throughout that implementation process, and not really just setting up software for you. So typically we see anywhere from 90 to 120 days being average. I would tend to say it probably is more on the 120-day side. I always recommend to my customers, give yourself as much time as you can, because we understand you all have a full-time job. Things come up. We have holidays, vacations, PTO, but that's part of what we do with you. It's your timeline, and we talk through all of that with your implementation team to make sure that we're making the implementation timeline according to your bandwidth and your goals and your needs. But I would definitely say that on average, it's about a 4-month process. And absolutely, to your point about what do we do to mitigate risks and disruptions, you're going to have a dedicated team of probably 3 to 4 people from the Sage side, one being a project manager. And the design session of your implementation is really that first phase where we're going to walk through and talk about all of those things. Talk to me about your timeline, talk to me about your bandwidth, who's on your team to help with this project. And that way we're really kind of being proactive and mitigating those risks up front. But you're going to have a team of CPAs, former CFOs, nonprofit controllers of organizations that have done this many times. And we're going to make sure that we have scheduled check-ins with you throughout that implementation process to ensure risks are mitigated.
Okay, so there's quite a few questions coming in, and we'll get back to anybody that we don't get back to live on the webinar in the next couple minutes via email, and we can send those responses out to the wider group if everybody's interested. But I think we have one time just before we get to the half-hour mark here. Someone mentioned, I'm currently using separate systems for accounting, budgeting, and procurement. Does Sage Intacct offer a solution that can consolidate all 3 functions into a single platform? Christy, could you just talk about that a little bit more to the group?
Yep, absolutely. Great question. And we see that quite frequently. The answer to your question is yes, we can combine all of those things. We have budgeting, we have procurement, all of the automation for accounts payable, all built within the system. And again, one size kind of doesn't fit all. So that's part of the experience with Sage. You would have a person like myself, and then a technical resource, a solutions consultant that would be involved in all of the conversations and demonstrations that we show you with Sage Intacct, to make sure that we are including the functionality that you need, but also understanding that, one size does not fit all, and we are a very user-friendly and open solution as well. So sometimes the budgeting and planning tool that we have with Sage Intacct, it works for probably 90% of our nonprofit customers. But there are some organizations that may have a third-party FP&A tool that they're currently using that they're happy with. And that way we can integrate very easily with that as well. So we kind of give you the best of both worlds. We have that functionality native within our solution that you're welcome to take advantage of and utilize if you prefer that kind of all-in-one. But if you've got a third-party tool that's working for you, and if it isn't broken, don't fix it, we're happy to integrate with it as well. I think we have probably upwards of 500 partners out on our marketplace that have pre-built integrations with Sage Intacct. So it makes it a very user-friendly, a very plug-and-play with other solutions that you are using that you want to continue using in the future.
So just in being cognizant of time here, I think that's it for questions. We do have some that we didn't get to, and we do see those. So what we're going to do is put together a response through email, and we'll send that out to you for the remaining questions. We also do highly encourage you to book that business of value assessment. It will be with Sage, or sorry, with Christy, obviously with Sage, but with Christy or one of her colleagues in the nonprofit space who have deep expertise with organizations like yours. So anything that's specific to you and your particular organization, they can help dive into a little bit more and identify what the right usage and plan is for you in terms of creating the strategy together. So we're going to end off there, and just wanted to thank everybody so much for joining us today on this brief journey of financial transformation. We very much look forward to continuing the conversation with you all. We appreciate all of the involvement at the end and apologize that we couldn't get through all the questions, but we'll get back to you with responses on anything that we've missed.
Yep. Feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any additional questions. I'm happy to get you the answers.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, Christy. Thank you, Rachel. Thanks to everyone here for joining. It's always incredible to open our network up to learning about practical solutions that could be helpful in your day-to-day. So thank you, everyone, for joining. As Christy and Rachel mentioned, we will send a follow-up email to everyone so that you can stay in touch and dive deeper, hopefully, and explore this more robustly. Thanks, everyone.